What's up, family? I'm the guy that showcase and promote African-American businesses operating here in the greater Phoenix area. Please help me further support these amazing entrepreneurs by not only supporting my YouTube channel or following me on Facebook, but also stop by their businesses and give them a little economic support. My name is Shaka Shabazz, and this is African American Made. Okay, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you today.
Yay.
Won't you tell me your name and the name of your business?
So my name is Lisa Crite and I am the curly-haired herbalist.
The Curly Hair Herbalist.
Yes.
That's a very interesting name. Won't you tell us how it came about?
Well, I have curly hair and I'm an herbalist, so I just combined it. It's just a reflection of who I am.
Okay. Well, won't you tell us a little bit about your background, where you came from, and what your educational background is, and things like that.
So I'm from the west side of Detroit. I graduated from Cass Technical High School. Then I went to Michigan State University. I got my bachelor's in food industry management. And I also crossed Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Then I went and pursued my master's degree at Grand Canyon University, and I have a master's in business administration.
All right, that's a full plate there.
Yes.
Wow. So are you active with the sorority? Are you an active member?
I am. I'm a part of a general membership right now. I'm not a part of a grad chapter, but I am still active.
Okay, all right. Shout out to the sorority.
Yay.
All right. And you're from Detroit.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about your life there before you came to Arizona, and what inspired you to go into the herbal business?
Sure. So I am the youngest of 4 children. I grew up on the west side of Detroit. Very, very much a family girl. I had a lot of family on both sides. And so just a lot of traveling, a lot of just spending time with grandmothers, aunts, mom, dad, just very loving upbringing. And what brought me into the herbalist world is, I've always made my own products because I have very sensitive skin. So I had to be very cautious of what I put on my skin. But I lost my mom in 2018, and through my journey of grief, I was seeking out God in a different way and just getting to know Him on a more personal level. And through that, I started to just really be aware of His love and appreciation towards us through holistic healing, herbs, nature, vegetables, and I just combined that newfound knowledge with my skill of making my own products.
Oh, that's great. And my condolences to you and your family for your loss.
Thank you.
I know that must be a very long journey there, dealing with a loss. If you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you lost your mom?
24.
24. So yeah, that's the age that the wisdom starts getting passed down to your young adult daughter. So my condolence.
Thank you.
So you specialize in 3 different areas of herbal life, right? Mm-hmm. Let's start with the herbal teas. What are some of the 3 major teas that you share with your clients the most?
My number 1 is the anti-anxiety blend. There's a lot of people who are dealing with anxiety and they're looking for some way to help themselves without medication. So that's my number 1 blend. My second is my Feminine Queen blend, which is just like a women's health general blend for women to utilize for just maintenance for their bodies. And then I have a Masculine Health blend, which is for men to utilize for the maintenance of their bodies.
Okay. Now, when it comes to the whole tea world, I mean, with these remedies, are they remedies that you incorporate as a lifestyle? I'm sure, but you drink every day or daily, or are some required to be drink every day, or every now and then, once a week? How does that work?
Well, it depends. If a person is trying to cure something, or if they're trying to prevent, or if they just want maintenance. Like an herb is an herb, it's holistic. So just because we make certain blends for certain things, we're not telling the herb to heal this headache, right? It's just one of the many things that herb has to offer. So it really just depends on what a person is trying to do. Me personally, like my Feminine Queen blend, I'm just having maintenance of my body, so I just drink it every day and I like the taste of it. But if you are perhaps trying to get pregnant, maybe you want to drink it 3 times a day. So it really just depends on what the person has going on.
Okay, that sounds great. So, what are some of the major benefits of taking a general tea?
I would just say prevention, really. So if you are drinking a tea, and maybe one of the herbs is just really good for blood pressure. You're not even drinking it for blood pressure, but the herbs can help with that.
It's an added benefit.
Right, it's just an added benefit, and you could, if you have blood pressure that runs in your family line, you could be stopping yourself from passing that on. And then also just, again, with the added benefits, it can assist just with different things. Like I drink a lot of herbal tea, so I'm not drinking it for my nails, but my nails are growing and they're long and they're strong. My hair is growing and it's long. So it's just like different benefits that come with just drinking the tea as a whole.
That's awesome. So the second part of your line of products that you have are your topical creams and oils. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about them a bit, and what are some of the ingredients in some of those products?
Yeah, so I approach healing holistically, so that's also external as well. The CDC says that chemicals that you put on your skin can literally go into your organs. And I don't think a lot of people understand that what we put on our skin is just as important as what we put inside it. So I just basically use my oils that I make and I put them in my body butter. So my basic oil formula is just a different blend of oils and herbs. I let the herbs infuse for about 6 weeks. And then I either sell it in that form itself, or I'll mix it in with a butter. So like a cocoa butter, a shea butter, or a mango butter. And then I sell it in the body butter form.
What are some of the benefits of using an oil versus a body butter, if you will, or a lotion?
I would say it really just depends on what the customer likes. It's not really too much difference as outside of just the basic components that a cocoa butter may have to offer versus an olive oil, but they still offer the basic components, if that makes sense. So it really just depends on what you prefer. I know here, with it being super hot in Arizona, people may not want the thickness of a butter. So you may just want to go for an oil, and that way the sun glistens and you have that shiny look while you're also, nourishing your skin. But when it gets colder, you may want to go for that butter because it applies a little bit thicker and it can help you stay a little warmer. So it just really depends on the customer.
Okay, that makes sense. And lastly, you offer education
Yes.
Related to the herbal life. I want you to talk about some of the classes that you offer and things like that.
So my biggest thing is making sure it is an interactive, fun way of learning, because I think the holistic way of living can be intimidating. So I want to make sure customers are being knowledgeable and also having something that they can take home with them. So I offer tea blending and tasting classes where customers can taste the herbs, learn about them, and then make their own blends. Then I also offer like a bath bomb class where children can come in and learn about herbs and different natural components to put into a bath bomb, and then they can take it home and use it. And that's a fun way as well for them to slowly transition into a holistic way of taking a bath, versus getting a store-bought bath bomb that has a ton of dye or something in it. So it's just really fun, hands-on, just very interacting based classes.
Yeah, I think that's well needed, because there are so many benefits to utilizing a lot of the herbal remedies.
Yeah.
What do you find some of the major differences? You mentioned dyes earlier related to stuff bought out of the store. What are some of the major comparisons between herbal medicines made organically like you do and stuff that's in the store?
Well, really, it's, when you think about it, we are organic beings. Like, our bodies are naturally made. They're not man-made. So when you put something that's man-made, chemical-based, it most likely is not going to interact properly with your organic body. So red dye that can be added has been linked to multiple things. It can cause eczema. Even if you breathe it in, it can cause respiratory issues, versus a holistic product, which is made of literally the earth, can actually help you. It can help heal your eczema. If you breathe in eucalyptus, it can help heal your respiratory issues. So it really is just about how your body interacts with different things, inorganic or organic substances.
Okay. Now, of course, this education is very vast and very deep. So if a client comes to you and say, you know, I'm having this problem or that problem, and you don't already have something available, do you go into like a research mode, or do you just, you know, how does that work for you to formulate something that would be beneficial to a person that had through a consultation?
Sure. So first I asked like about their medical background. I asked what their diet is. So just getting to know the customer in itself. And then I go into research mode. So, okay, what is the basic component of what it is that they're dealing with, and what herbs go with this, and then what complementary herbs go with that. And I just build upon that, also making sure I don't make a blend that can contradict with any medication that they're taking, or contradict with a diet that they may have. So it is a lot of research, but it's definitely important to do that research because you don't want to make a situation worse.
Okay. Do you have a formulation for someone that wants to be more handsome?
You know, prayer. You know, you can always pray that God could change something. No.
Okay, no, okay. So just having a healthy lifestyle would be the way to go.
Yes. So,
you've been in business for a while now, and you have a very nice website and what have you. Won't you talk about your journey as an African-American entrepreneur, and you know how you got your business up and running? You know, what were some of the hurdles, if there were any, that you had to face, or just some of the just basic challenges that, you know, a person has when they're starting a business? What has that been like for you?
I would say my educational background definitely helped me get a jump start as far as knowing the steps I needed to take to establish my business. But the number one hurdle I would say is stepping outside of my comfort zone and outside of other demographics, while also getting other demographics to take me seriously. With entrepreneurship, you know, and not being a store brand name as of yet, it can be challenging to earn trust of other people when it comes to holistic healing, because this is product that people are putting inside of their bodies and on their bodies, so they want to make sure you're a trustworthy name. So that has been a hurdle as far as just earning trust outside of my demographic. And also I'm learning that earning capital is also has been a hurdle as far as being just an entrepreneur and trying to get that money to fully thrive in your business and get the resources that you need as well.
I'm glad you said that because, well, I'm not glad you're experiencing that, but I'm glad you said that because that is one of the number one things that, you know, we as African American businesses deal with. You know, getting our hands on the capital that probably people in the dominant culture may have less of a hurdle with.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm sure it's a hurdle for everyone, but it's even more so for us.
Yeah.
Particularly when we have certain type of businesses, you know, such as yourself, and you know, just convincing people that this is something that's going to be viable, and that you just need that support.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely am glad you said that, and this is why we do what we do here at African-American-Made, to try to, you know, get people out there, because we don't have those avenues sometimes that other people do. It just doesn't come as easy. Or you have to come with a whole lot already to the table. Then it's like, well, what's the point of it?
Yeah.
So, do you find there being some hurdles in presenting your product to certain clients? Do they pivot more toward like your educational background, or, you know, just your knowledge of, you know, what benefits the herbs can have in their lives.
Yeah.
What direction do you usually go in when you're talking about your business to people?
Honestly, it varies on the demographic of customer that I'm going for. So when I'm on Instagram, I do a lot of education in terms of my knowledge when it comes to the herbal world. But when I am working directly with a business, I'm going to make sure they know I have an education in business. So they know that I know what I'm talking about in terms of being a business partner. So it really just depends on who it is I'm trying to reach.
Okay. Because a lot of people could get bogged down in they could be very adept in the product or service that they're providing, but they may not have any business acumen, right? I see that a lot as well. So where do you like to see your business go in the next 2 to 5 years?
For the next 2 to 5 years, my plan is to be in at least 3 major retail stores selling my tea and either my body or hair products. And I would also like to have a transitioning girls' home for women who just need assistance with adjusting to the real world. And in that home, I'll be teaching my herbal business and my different herbal knowledge I have.
Oh, that's great. So what inspired you to want to have a place first for girls in need and share your knowledge with them? Where does that come from?
Well, my family back at home owns an adult foster care home system. So it's called Crite AFC, Crite Adult Foster Care Home.
Oh, shout out.
Yes. So just kind of having like the insight of how they help so many, it's men only, but how they help these men just kind of like live in the real world and how they can also take that responsibility off of the family while providing that shelter as well. That's an inspiration to me because I want to do that for young women who may not have had the easiest upbringing or may not have had that assistance that they need. So just providing them with that home and being able to help them adjust to the real world while also giving them that knowledge of herbalism, because I believe that every household should have an herbalist because you just never know when you just need something. And if you have that knowledge, you can literally take different herbs from your pantry and apply it to a child who's sick or an elderly person. So I would like to help bring that knowledge to as many people as I can, and my home will be a way for me to do that.
Oh, that's great. What are some of your favorite herbs that you like to formulate or work with?
My favorite is raspberry leaf. It has a really nice taste to me, and it also is just really good for women in general as far as just menstrual cramps, women who are trying to get pregnant. It can help balance hormones. And then I also love lavender. Lavender is good for anxiety and sleep, and it just smells really good too. So.
Yeah, I like lavender.
Yes.
I like lavender. What are some of, aside from that, is there any other benefits that lavender offer other than like calming? It's like a calming, relaxing.
Well, lavender is really good for eczema too. So if you have dry skin, it's in one of my products, my Spring Bouquet body butter.
All right, shout out, plug it, there you go.
But it's really good for eczema because it's just a very mild herb in terms of skin, and it can help with that dry skin too. So I just love lavender altogether. And it's good for sleep as well. If you make what I call a dream pillow, where you take herbs and you put it inside of your pillowcase and you sleep on it, just that smell can help you relax and it'll help you sleep better.
I definitely need to try that.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to get up with you on some of those things.
Yes.
So I see that you have some products with you.
Yes.
Let's talk about them a little bit.
Sure. So this is my Yoni Steam blend. And so basically you just take this blend. I purchased a Yoni Steam seat, or you can go to a Yoni Steam practitioner, or you can even just buy a pot and put it inside of your toilet stool and you just steam. And it has just different herbs such as calendula, oregano, raspberry leaf, hibiscus, and it's just basically good for maintenance of your yoni. And what a Yoni Steam blend does is it combines with the water, and that steam goes into your vaginal canal, so you're absorbing the benefits of the herbs through steam.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. I had no idea. I thought you had to go to like a studio somewhere or a spa and do that. So Oh, do you like boil the water first, or
Yes.
walk us through this a little bit?
Yes, and I also have a tutorial on my Instagram, but you just basically, you empty the contents into some water. I personally use spring water, or you could do distilled water. Just empty the contents, let it boil for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then put it inside of your pot or your yoni seat. You want to let it cool off a little bit because you don't want to burn yourself, but you still want the steam to arise. And then you just sit down, make sure you are fully covered so that the steam can stay trapped, and then you can just stay on there for about 20 minutes or longer.
Okay, all right. All right, you come out a whole new woman, huh?
Yes,
All
a
right.
whole new woman.
All right. So, wow, I don't know. All right. So the yoni steam, get hip with that. Now, what kind of symptoms or situations a woman may have vaginally that a yoni steam will address, can help with?
Sure. So depending on the different blends,
Okay.
they can help with different things. But so mine is a basic maintenance yoni steam, and it can help with vaginal dryness, yeast infections, different things like that. So different yoni steam blends can also help with fibroids. A woman who maybe she just had a baby, right, and she's sore down there, it can help relieve that soreness. It can also help tighten the uterine wall. So it really just depends on the herbs.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good knowledge.
Yeah.
What else do we have there?
So I also have the anti-anxiety tea blend, which has lavender in it, ashwagandha, it has blue lotus, and these are all nervine herbs. So what it does is it helps your nervous, it's comprised of nervine herbs. So it just kind of helps your nervous system adjust to the environment and what's going on around you. So you're not so frantic or anxious or upset. It literally helps your body relax and adjust to what's going on. And I also offer it without blue lotus because blue lotus can be an herb that can slightly alter the mindset if taken in high doses. So I offer it without blue lotus as well.
Now, is there, when you're formulating, like for this one particular herb, is there a range of how much you put in so you know you're not, going into that realm, if you will? There's a formula for each of these packets, right?
Yes, so I literally package each one individually. So I don't make a big batch just so I can make sure that each bag has exactly the formula that I created. And it just goes into a lot of studying, how much is safe, you know, what interacts with what herb,
Gotcha.
and then I create the formula that way.
Okay, all right. And you have a couple more products there.
Yes, and then this is my Feminine Queen blend, or also known as my Women's Health blend. And it's just a basic blend that I drink every day, but it can also help women who are trying to get pregnant. It can help you if you have menstrual cramps, and it just has raspberry leaf, which is one of my favorites. It also has red clover, chaste tree, stinging nettle. So it's good for balancing our hormones as well.
Okay. So is there a male equivalent to that?
Yes. So it's my Masculine Health, which is on my website. It's also known as Men Health Tea. It has hibiscus. It also has chamomile, different herbs that can help with blood pressure, which is very prevalent in men, especially Black men. It can also help with stamina and just overall health as a man. It also has hawthorn, which is good for your heart, which, yeah, that can be helpful for men as well too, because me personally, I've experienced where a lot of men in my family have heart issues. My dad is one, so I made that blend with him in mind as well. He also drinks it frequently.
Okay, great. Now, and these blends, they're to be taken every day?
So it just depends. Me personally, I drink the Feminine Queen blend every day, but I know someone who suffers with menstrual cramps. So she takes it maybe 3 times a day, and when she comes on her period, it's not as painful, and her menstrual cramps are relieved. So if you're trying to cure something, then you may want to take it more frequently. But if you're just doing it for maintenance, you can just drink it every day. You can alternate teas, so you can drink the feminine queen, and then you can also drink the masculine king, because it's not just because it says masculine or feminine, it's not just women or men.
Of course, right.
Yeah, so you can alternate as well too.
And there are ingredients in each one of those that's beneficial for multiple things, not just one thing.
Correct.
Why don't you talk about that a little bit, because I was kind of under the impression that, which the more I think about it, it really doesn't make sense, but what may be good for one thing in one formulation still has a benefit in other areas of your body or your life, right?
Yeah. So for example, we can go back to raspberry leaf. So raspberry leaf is good
like that raspberry leaf.
It's my favorite.
Raspberry leaf is popping. All right.
My favorite. Raspberry leaf is good for helping women as far as their menstrual cramps and tightening the uterine wall so that you don't have as much pain. But it's also good for your skin and hair. So I drink raspberry leaf all the time, and I'm noticing that my nails are starting to grow, and they're longer, they're stronger, they don't break as easily, and that's because I'm getting all those vitamins from raspberry leaf. Or we can even touch on stinging nettle, which is in my menopause support blend, and it helps provide the body with a lot of nourishment, a lot of vitamins, all in that one herb. So it's good to help with hormones, but it's also good for women who perhaps just had a baby, and so now their body is kind of depleted. Their baby took all those vitamins, so they may want to drink that tea to help provide nourishment to their bodies and help strengthen their bodies. So herbs come with a lot of different benefits. We don't tell them to do one thing, but we just may put them in a blend because they can do that one thing.
Absolutely, that makes sense. So what would you like your clients, people that visit your website, your Instagram, what would you like them to know about you?
I would like them to know that I'm someone who they can come to for anything. All consultations are confidential. If you need assistance with anything, if you need just basic knowledge, you can come to me. I am completely welcoming and perceptive to anyone who may need assistance. So if you are just lacking knowledge, you can reach out to me. If you want a consultation, if you just need guidance on what herb you can do with anything, just reach out to me. I am here for you.
Okay. And how can we find you?
You can find me at thecurlyhairedherbalist.com or via email at info@thecurlyhairedherbalist.com or Instagram at curlyhairedherbalist.
Great. So if you were on a stranded island, right? And they said you can only have 2 herbs with you. Only have 2 herbs. What would be the 2 that you would put in your bag?
Oregano.
Very small bag, because we're not gonna let you have a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Oregano and stinging nettle.
How come?
Well, oregano is anti-infection and anti-inflammatory, and it's just really good for healing wounds and also helping to heal the inside as well. As why you take oregano.
So you already know you're gonna be out there doing the business.
Yes,
right?
You gotta get out off the island. You need to. And then stinging nettle is just full of vitamins, so it'll just kind of help you keep strong, help you maintain that muscle mass, and yeah, those are my 2.
All right. I thought I was gonna trip you up there a little bit, but no, you hit it
I already
on
knew.
Well, it was a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much for being patient as we do this. Yeah. And I hope that we can do business in the future.
Yes, thank you.
No, thank you. And wish you much success with your business and your other adventures as well. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.